Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in the game of Minutescape. We're going to be continuing where we had left off. We had just broken our box, so we'll see if that does what I think it does, and we'll move on from there. But we are also going to do a round of each of the 3 trials just to see how that goes. I suppose we could also look at how these are affected. Though they look pretty expensive for what we got going on, so maybe I won't really go too far into it. Oh, this is a healing thing. So I'm just gonna do a quick run with this just to see like how this works. So yeah, we can't move, by the way. The reason why I didn't mind testing it here is because we basically couldn't get much benefit out of the other one anyway, because going smaller doesn't really do much for us. But as you can see, our box is no longer around us. We live in the box. The box is the whole screen. So it looks like the shockwave is just a full screen nuke, which is not too shabby. So considering that we can't move, I can only use it when I think the moment is right. That was farther than last time though. See how much that increased our multiplier. 10%. Not too shabby. Let us consider. So I do think that's not going to help us as much as all that yet. So first we'll do the one where we don't use abilities, because the second round will actually help us with the other one. So we do have the whole screen as our oyster, so we should be able to survive a little better. We're so free. This is such a different game. Whether it's absolutely easier or not is a matter of opinion, because like being in the box actually gave us an easier place to focus, if that makes sense. So opening it up gives us more motion options, but that might not actually make it easier to not get hit or anything, you know? But we'll see. It'll still probably be a net positive. Because the center is still theoretically the easiest place to dodge. Because like, you'll still get hit more by one side if you move closer to that side. So. But we're absolutely going to survive longer than we did. That's for sure. So, we'll get a good decent benefit. So the previous multiplier we had was 1.26. I actually suspect we could probably make it to like the 2:30-minute mark and maybe even see the blue on this, so maybe there's achievements for actually beating it for 5 minutes with all these challenges, and I actually really hope that those aren't achievements. I didn't actually go through and look at the whole list. But this one at least seems moderately possible. Maybe with all the upgrades. It's like we're not getting absolutely decimated yet. Like we're sufficiently able to dodge enough of the purples that I don't think we're taking critical damage. The blues are gonna make it a problem because they do a lot more damage. This should give us a really good multiplier. So this actually only increases our max, not our regen speed or anything. So while it'll give us more leeway in the runs, it won't actually make it like specifically easier. You know, I guess you'll start out with a higher charge. Let's see what that did for us. Yeah, that's an extra 0.21 on top of it. It's not too shabby. Yeah, the only other achievement that we have left to unlock in the game actually is beat it, so you don't specifically have to do this, so I'm actually glad for that. But we'll see if we can do this. We will see if we can do it. Let's see if there are any upgrades I could get that might help this. This isn't going to help us on that because technically that's not the problem we're facing. Like if we get hit once, it's over. So we'll give this a try. I suppose we should turn off the machine for this, because it's not going to actually make it easier. It's also technically possible that the slowdown is actually what we want, but I think that the shield one would also be really good for avoiding damage, so I think it's kind of a nitpick for that. I think it would be much easier to die. Son of a gun. I don't even think that's an improvement. I think that was actually worse. I lost at the end. Okay, that's fair. Well, I say we go further and then we try again, because like I said, I did theorize that that wasn't gonna actually make it significantly easier, and just more hit points isn't actually gonna help as much as that either. Just a little bit more leeway at the end of the run, so we're gonna go with this and see if we win. Because it seems very doable to win with what we have already, let alone with more upgrades. So let's oh, we turned off the machine. It doesn't matter too much. It's only like a 20% increase in speed. But yeah, now that we can actually take out the the blue guys, because like that's what I was using the shield for, was actually just destroying them before they could charge. I think it's actually pretty doable that we can make it to 5 unless something ramped up in the end that we didn't get a chance to see. And I certainly don't have to get rid of all of them, just the ones that are going to be a problem, so. Yeah, as you can see, we're not really being all that overwhelmed, so. Yeah, I largely only have to take care of them from one direction. 'Cause that gives me a direction of moving, you know? So as long as I'm not getting cornered, it's probably gonna not be too big of a problem. But we'll see if the last minute ramps up in a way that we haven't seen so far. Well, it's doing something. Look at that. Look at how close we are. Well, that's a good sign. We just need a little bit more and we'll be okie dokie. These are so expensive. We have a lot of purple. So if we throw it all into that, it wouldn't have been come close enough, but we can at least buy this and then we can save up for it. We also don't have anything I specifically want to spend yellow on currently. How much would I get by turning my yellow in? Well, not all that much actually. It's not like purple, so let's actually max this out, I guess. Maybe we'll give it another try going forward. Cool, well as you can see, I think we're reaching the end game, guys. What do you think? Well, let's turn our machine back on. I think we give the movement one a little bit more. It's okay for us to just take some damage until it starts overwhelming our regen, and then we'll start properly shielding. So the shockwave one would help us in the sense that it looks like it heals you, so that would be good, but we don't have the upgrades for that yet. That'll make that work. So it is probably the missing component to lasting longer in this. But this does seem like this isn't specifically necessary. I just thought we might be able to get a bit of an upgrade, you know? Yeah, we can't block, we can't dodge purple, so. I'd say this is an improvement, though. I'd say we did okay. Let's see how much that helped us. Yeah, a little faster. Okay. I don't think that's gonna be like a market improvement, but like it'll certainly help us. Yeah, I think it's pretty likely we're going to just win if we run this again. I guess we could have also upgraded our machine a little bit, but technically the other upgrades would, in an overall sense, help us more. So I don't feel bad for my choices. And also yellow is actually kind of superfluous resource now, so I guess we could switch our tool over to the shockwave once we actually upgrade it, but the problem is that I don't want to spend all my green on that unless there's something in the post game, so there could be something that convinces me that we want to try it. We'll see. Maybe 5 minutes isn't the end. But being a little faster is actually more helpful than you'd expect. It makes it harder for these guys to actually track us when we're moving sideways. So, on a defensive stance, it was actually a good choice to do that. Hi, friends. Try not to use much of our charges leading up to the 4-minute mark. I think going in pretty full will be good for us. I mean, honestly, it's moving us around in ways that's not good for them for parsing us either, so. We did it. He gave me the complete the game challenge. You did it. I can't believe it. I'm finally free. You are indeed. And you know what that means. Now it's your turn. Oh. No, I don't know what that means. What do you got going on? Thank you for playing Minutescape. You won and are now trapped inside the game. At least the previous player is now free. Oh, good. So much game. We are trapped forever. Fantastic. So the thing is that this one's probably... Well, they're both probably about like that. Let's convert purple. We need another one to actually get to this, so that's what I was worried about. So that only helps us so far. So I wonder what it will do when we actually try to run it again. I'm actually a little interested in seeing how that parses out. So getting that's going to be so expensive. Do we want to max out upgrades? I don't know. How is our machine doing? Where are you here? So maxing this out is actually pretty easy. I guess making it more effective would make it faster. I don't want to spend my red though. So now half of it should be faster. We'll just go a couple times. We'll see how. If it just gives us the ending message again. Because I suspect we'll be able to beat it regularly. I don't know if it'll keep giving us the same message or if that's going to be something that changes. But now even getting hit doesn't make us lose all that much charge on our speed, so... But yeah, it knocked us out. See, basically we have like 5 hits before it knocks us out, I think. But yeah, as you can see, you do not need all the upgrades to actually finish it. In fact, there aren't even achievements that are linked to that. So, I guess doing that would just be for your own sake. In fact, most of the upgrades left to get are just for more currency, which I don't actually think we need all that much more currency. I mean, it's still not especially easy to parse in some ways, but you know, it's pretty lenient once you get this far down the upgrade path. Like, I don't feel all that pressured at this stage. Yeah, we made it without too much trouble. Yeah, I'd say looks like it's repeating itself. I also didn't notice the credits like roll. So, I guess this game isn't doing the traditional credits when you beat a game kind of thing. Yeah, we're nowhere close to being able to afford some of those, so... Yep, this does seem to be what we got going on. So if I sold everything, I'd get about another 60,000 on that. If I sold all of this, that would be another 30, so about 90. I guess I could technically afford the cheaper of the more that income, but maybe we check out this instead. As we did not check this skill out at all, so yellow isn't doing anything for us. So I guess switching to red would still be a decent choice. maybe we can buy in that upgrade. So that takes care of most of these upgrades. I don't think it would be worth... I might be able to get a little bit. Could probably get one more upgrade out of this. Although that one would probably open this up, which would be better. But with that, we could probably just retool and try the game with this instead. So we'll give that a shot. I did theorize that maybe this would work out better. Bam. Because that would heal us when we're having trouble. So basically last time we almost made it all the way to that point without even having something useful like that. So we'll give it a shot. We'll at least explore what's in the game, you know? I mean, the real test is going to be after we get to that 250 mark anyway. $230 mark, I mean. Because we didn't really have any trouble until that point. Well, we had a little bit of trouble. But it was not really that important. Yeah, we're certainly almost toast, so. But that was farther. Yeah, I did give us a multiplier. Alright. Oh, interesting. Yeah, clearly on these, it's just gonna make it easy straight. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna sit around and actually upgrade all these things out. There's nothing behind it. Instead, we could go to the menu and we can actually check out boss fight. We'll see if this is a whole mode or just a gimmick. So let's take a peek at it at least. They may contain spoilers. Well, what? I got no idea what we're looking at. So we're not in our box. We're regenerating too. So it's giving us a preset of our abilities. I don't know if it is based on our stats or not. So you're just a bug to me is all it wants to say. It's cute. I don't know if we're supposed to last for 5 minutes as well. I doubt this is going to give us upgrade points either, or if it's even tied to your stats. It's probably a pre-setup thing. Simulating our destruction, of course, of course. What else would you be doing? So this one looked a little bit like a bandit or a mummy or something like that. That one got faster. Ooh, that was faster. Such full processing power. I mean, I've so far been dodging these without actually using our powers, so that is a thing to consider, is that it's not so intense for, well, that one might be important. I won. 2 minutes is all it took to win. Okay. I'm leaning more towards gimmick. That's okay, we'll look at them then. Hello, human. So you put me in the box. I don't like that. I'd actually thought I had the other abilities. Let's get it over with. I don't like this one. I don't like being as limited as we are. Oh, that space is quite limited. This one I'm not liking. It's like, this is a very small box for this kind of battle. And if the goal is to last for 2 minutes, I don't think that's too likely. That one's not fun. What's this? This one has no abilities. This seems like it's the same boss, it just has different difficulties to it. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not the same boss. Well, we certainly aren't regenerating, that's for sure. Whoa, it changed our trajectories. That's gross. This one's actually easier for me than the previous one. It's a little less difficult for me to parse. That's because neither of those abilities before are really good for dodging for an extended period of time. But now that I've seen this, I think we'll have a little better chance with it. Ouch. Well, maybe not. We'll see. Well, it's still going better. Yeah, that wasn't good. We'll give it a little bit more. Also, it's not starting me at full health. How jackass is that? That's just mean. Yeah. That sucked. Starting the laser while the other one's up. Gross. Yeah. This is basically beat the boss without having any abilities, I guess. Although I suspect if you can get to the point where it's 1 minute, it won't increase in difficulty. You just have to survive that for whatever it is for a minute. Like, the first one of these was pretty fun. I won't argue that. These two are not as fun for me. Mostly because, like, my options are so limited that, like, doesn't really feel like I have many choices. You know? Yeah, we're probably just dead because that little screw up. So basically you have to make it through 4 rounds of this. So something's gonna probably just chip damage me and I won't be able to... Yeah. We almost did it. I think I understand it though. I mean, at least I understand what's going on now. Whether I can respond to everything will remain to be seen. Well, that was just unfortunate displacement. I guess I just didn't parse that third part very well. Yeah, if I don't actually finish it like in this, I won't feel too bad about not finishing it. Because I don't think there's more game hiding behind this, I just think... I think this is it. I don't think there was much I could have done about that at that point. But I suspect we're toast. Something's just gonna chip me down. I think I got one hit left in me. Yeah, like that, I did not even have time to get to the other side. I'll give this another, like, couple tries and then... Yeah, let's just reset that. I guess at least it's not specifically aiming for my position, it's kind of aiming for the center for those big spirals. Gotta get out of there. So it does give a little bit more of a chance. These also aren't specifically aiming at me. That could have been the end right there. Just with how it was set up. What is that nonsense? Definitely not being very nice to us, that's for sure. Like, it's inconsistent with what it throws at you. So. Like, it's not one wave of this and then one wave of that. Like, sometimes it's just a bunch of lasers and sometimes it's a bunch of spirals. And I mean, the chip damage is the lowest, but, like, also it tends to come in with, like, the lasers. So it just takes a while to finish its run. The spirals can end your run instantly if they come in fast. So. Not a fan of these, slow ones. Yeah, I could not see a place to dodge that. That sucked a lot. Because we're not very fast, so we have to be really picky with where we go. think we almost made it, but as you can see, they were doubling up at the end, so that was something I hadn't seen them do. We'll give it a couple more shots. I think we're pretty close, actually, to at least understanding what it will do to us. Yeah, I was busy taking a drink. Let's try again. I probably should have waited a second before I started that last one. Just if you're gonna do all these slow spirals, it's easier for us. Although the spirals can also really mess you up, they're also usually not as dangerous. Not like these slow ones coming in. That's obnoxiously slow. I mean, what the heck was that? Like, the spiral was just bigger than normal. So I guess maybe the middle is the way to go. Gross. The problem is I only get to see that part of the pattern at the end of the run, so I can only analyze so much of it at a time. That sucked. Moderately obnoxious. And we're gonna get chipped down. There was nowhere to go on that. So it's definitely very much up to luck, like how annoying the groups of attacks it gives you are. But that second one was like no chance of winning from what I could see with what I had going on. The square was significantly smaller. That was annoying. We're clearly toast, because there's gonna be something I can't dodge at some point, so... I just ended it, because like there was gonna be something I couldn't dodge at that point. We did it. Okay. I can happily end on that note. We'll look at this one more time. Maybe what we learned there will help us, but as you can see, it's not that easy. Like, I think it's considerably unlikely that I'm going to win that. It's like, I just need a bigger square. That's all. Oh well. I can't parse this middle one. Thank you all for watching. We've successfully looked at the game and beaten both the hardest boss and the easiest boss, supposedly, so maybe that's not even the right way of looking at it. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you next time. I guess we'll look at the credits. You can check them out. But yeah, you all take care. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye, y'all.